This is why you'd rather be right than feel good. This is why. This is why you would rather feel right than feel good. This is the reason that you would rather feel right than feel good. You were born knowing you're supposed to feel good. And you were born in that complete energetic capsule of source energy. And you knew that that was the whole of who you are. You know that that's the empowered you, the capable you, the worthy you, the deserving you, the loving you. You knew that to be who you are. You also knew that this life would cause you to become even more. That it would, in essence, tease from you. We don't really mean that. Evoke from you, inspire from you, derive from you, that you would become more just by being focused in your body here with all of these others, exploring and deciding and preferring and establishing a vibrational stance of desire that you knew that source energy would line up with. So the reason that you would rather be right than feel good is because at every level of your being, you understand it's supposed to be good for you. And when it isn't, there's something off. And we know. We don't blame you for throwing a fit. When it's off, it feels off, and someone should pay. But it's always you. You stand in your desire to be right, which means others must be wrong. You've gotten very creative about how you assign the blame to them or even to yourself. But every time you do that, you hold yourself further apart from the expansion that you have already taken. And that's really what we want you to feel from us here today. We want you to feel how expansive you are and how really easy it is to just ride the river of that expansion. And when you give up needing to be right as you play your games with other humans, we'd like you to play games with other humans. We'd like you to intertwine. It's what you came for. It's important. But when you get in a comparative sort of shortage consciousness, like there's only so much goodness or so much wellness or so much abundance to go around, so much land to go around, so much resource to go around, that shortage consciousness is at the heart of most of your discord. That flawed premise that we got here and here it is, now let's just divide it up, fight over it, and hopefully may the best one win. And we say, nothing like that was your intention. You said, this is the platform from which we will bounce into more, eternally, never-endedly, expanding and becoming more. And we're here to remind you that you've created the more in this vibrational sense. And we know you want to say, oh, come on, show it to me. Show it to me. Don't just wave Esther's arm around and point over there. Show it to me. And we say, get happy. And the evidence of it will show up and show up and show up and show up until avalanches of the things that you're asking for will be surrounding you. And then, because words don't teach, your life experience will show you the deservability of you. So we use these words. Often they are words that you can't hear because words really don't mean that much. Words can get us to focus simultaneously upon something, and there is some power in that. And sometimes words can be heard and felt. You feel the resonance of what you think these words are about with something that life has shown you, and that's a good thing. But really, the reason that most people don't move into more and more and more of what they want is because the reality that they are looking at, the what is, the current amount of money in the bank, or the current amount of things that are going on around you, the current squabbles or fights or physical conditions or states of being, what's going on has already manifested in your experience, and you count that as real and therefore as something that needs to be dealt with, usually with action. And what we're wanting you to understand is, yes, sure, there's plenty of action. If you're on fire, get the hose. We are not for a moment suggesting that action isn't important, but it's just not all that is important. And there's not enough action in the world to compensate for the flailing about energetically that most are doing, because you're not selfish enough to demand for yourself that you feel good. You're willing to put up with things that don't feel good. You're willing to put yourself down or let others do that. You're willing to live less than you want. You're willing to make do or give in or compromise things that matter to you. And when you do that, you separate yourself from the vibrational reality that you have already created that you deserve.